Icarus Originals started at the demise of the Tornado, and really we were looking for a way to mark the journey and the history of that aircraft. We didn't want the journey to end there. We wanted some way to give people something to remember the aircraft by.
I remember the Berlin Wall coming down. At that time, everyone wanted to get a small piece of the wall, not because that concrete was inherently valuable, because what it represented, and obviously it's part of history, people had that emotional connection. And I figured that maybe there's something we can do in the sort of gift space to achieve that result. So it was very fortuitous how John and I met. We were both working on essentially the same project separately.
I got wind that there was someone else doing a Tornado cufflink project, and I thought, I can't believe there's two people in what is probably the smallest niche in the whole world. And so I contacted Alan with the sole aim of putting him off the scent and making sure that my project lived to fruition and his failed miserably. And he was such a nice guy that I thought, actually, we might as well put our lot in together. Neither of us were out for a profit. We both wanted to do something special.
And we started with our Tornado cufflinks made from a particular Tornado, which is quite famous, which is one known as Pinky.
We had to stake out a scrapyard in Hartlepool to make sure that we intercepted it before it went in the chipper. And luckily, we got a bit, and it was quite easy to spot because it was very pink.
Obviously integral to all our products is that provenance. It's the fact that the material has come from the aircraft.
Every Icarus Originals product, by virtue of the fact that it's made out of reclaimed airframe from an aircraft, is limited edition. There is no more often of these aircraft. So, for example, the Tornado GR4, we only had a very small piece of the Tornado GR4 intake. Once that's gone, it's gone. So every product is unique. Every product is limited edition.
It's nice that alongside being able to give people part of history, part of the story, actually we're able to reuse materials and melt them down in a way I think that supports the big push towards sustainability. It was tremendously challenging to go from an idea and actually put that into reality.
The design process for all of our products is really exacting, and it's an area we've learned so much in our time doing it. The original idea was to take a 30-foot long aircraft and miniaturise it to 23 millimetres, which I thought would be an absolute walk in the park for, well, again, an aeronautical engineer, we are quite full of ourselves at times. It was nowhere near as easy as I imagined it to be. I like to keep in every single design detail that was on the original aircraft. And so I will spend tens of hours making sure that on the small 30mm models that we make, I've kept every aerial, every panel line, every panel marking, every control surface. And once I've done that and spent painstaking numbers of hours doing it, I'll realise that it's completely impractical, and then I'll strip it all out so we can make something that we can actually manufacture.
We work at the Jewellery Quarter in Birmingham, so it's really the home of jewellery making in the UK, and with several multi-generational jewellers. So we wanted to weave in that idea of not just getting the piece of history, but it's made with love and care. Each one is in its own way unique because it's hand polished. It's quite a laborious process to make each one of these things. As well as that emotional connection being made in the UK and handcrafted. I'm a veteran, obviously John has military connections as well, and we wanted, through our business, also to support those in the veterans community, and we've done that for a variety of projects supporting military charities. And that's very important, particularly for me, because when I lost my eyesight in sort of 2004 and was subsequently discharged from the Navy in 2005, I received a lot of support from a variety of military charities, including the Royal British Legion. So it's nice, through what we're doing now, actually to pay a bit back as well.
The plan for Icarus Originals is just to keep going. You know, it is a happy journey, and it's one that sprung out of a happy meeting of similar minds. We just want to keep going. We want to do good, and whilst we're doing good, the business will keep going. We'll look for the next projects. We want to just cover every aircraft we possibly can. No aircraft should go unremembered.
So whose idea was it?
Well, I've got to say, actually, the Navy being the senior service and really making all the breakthroughs throughout our history, from Trafalgar to HMS Dreadnought, yeah, it was my idea, basically. I mean, John may claim differently, but I guess we'll never know.
It was my idea first.